This is an interesting sort of announcement that Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection coming out.
Yeah, this is huge, and it looks like it's going to be
huge,
fantastically well done. It's being done by, hold on, pause. Yep, excuse me. It's being done by Digital Eclipse, who has done a lot of work with Capcom in the past. They did the Mega Man Collections 1 and 2, I believe. They also did the Disney Afternoon Collections. And now they're doing the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection that'll come out on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. There is 12 games on this thing. I mean, it's insane.
Let's run through them.
The original Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition, Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, Super Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter Alpha, Street Fighter Alpha 2, Street Fighter Alpha 3, Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter 3 Second Impact, and Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. Some of those are a little extraneous, but that's a really awesome set of games.
They're not leaving anything out that matters. We don't give a shit about that EX one or whatever that weird 3D.
Actually, EX is great, but it's not. I mean, whatever. It's sure it's not in here. And 4 games within the collection: Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter Alpha 3, and Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. I mean, I love Street Fighter Alpha 2, but those 3 would definitely be kind of the the epitomes of each of those series. I mean, that's great. Those will have the online fighting. Or those will have online.
I was going to say that's an important thing. Those will have online play for. I don't totally agree with the choices there. While you'd have hyper fighting be playable online, but not just regular Champion Edition, or Turbo or whatever.
You do get Turbo.
You get Street Fighter 2 Hyper, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I mean, going back to the original. I guess with the extra characters, that's why. But whatever. You're getting them, and people really love Street Fighter Third Strike, and that's still played. Alpha 3, I guess, is Alpha 3 still played a lot?
I mean, I'd probably not competitively. I don't know. But, I mean, it's a really good game. It's fun as hell.
But they didn't have to put all these games in.
No.
They didn't. They could have just said, we'll include just the 4 that you can play online, and people be like, okay, that's still pretty cool.
Yeah.
But the fact that you can go back and play the awful original Street Fighter is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, why not? I just think it's funny that, like, with this and Mega Man, 30th anniversary is 87. The stuff's not coming out in 87.
No.
They announced it in 87.
Right.
For the games that you mostly don't care about. No one gave a shit about the original Street Fighter.
Well, they did.
It would have been forgotten if they ever came out with Street Fighter 2 4 years later. So it's like, why bother, I guess, but...
They did the same thing with when they announced Sonic Mania. They announced it in the year of the anniversary, but it didn't come out until a year later.
In this story, the series has sold over 40 million games over the past 3 decades. I would say, yeah, how many were the original? About 25. But Fighting Street on TurboGrafx CD. Not many people finally remember that first one. The original one had Ken, Ryu, and Sagat. And... besides that, they had characters in that series they brought back, I guess, in Street Fighter 3.
But some of these will be fun to just revisit briefly, like Street Fighter 3 Second Impact before they destroyed Sean.
Not familiar. Who's Sean?
Sean is he has the yellow gi. It's the black dude with the yellow gi who does the uppercuts and the Hadokens.
Oh, so I'm not familiar.
Actually, I don't think he has a Hadoken. But
how about Dan? When's Dan's first appearance in Alpha?
Actually, because
Alpha's
first appearance.
I think it's Alpha's the prequel.
Now we're just gonna sound like a bunch of fucking noobs, so it doesn't matter.
Alpha takes place between Street Fighter and Street Fighter 2, right? It's like wedged in between.
No, Alpha's after 2.
Is it?
Yes.
I thought it was a prequel.
Stop talking. We're just
Alpha doesn't mean the beginning.
No, stop. We're done. We're done. We're killing ourselves. And it was Street Fighter 0 in Japan, which I guess means beforehand, but maybe it's before. I don't know. I don't care.
One of us is going to look like an idiot.
We're both
in the comments. Let us know. I thought Alpha was the prequel.
We're done with
Street Fighter 2. Oh, he's not as confident anymore.
No, neither of us are. I'm just saying I just thought that's
because
we're dying. We're like
I'm not dying. I thought it wasn't Charlie in Street Fighter Alpha before he got changed into Blanca, so that'd be a prequel, wasn't it? The end.
Stop it.